a lot of people have previously thought, given that, you know, Tommy comes from a boxing family and he's had years and years of training, he's always been in the boxing gym, you know, people think he's the legit one and Jake's the pretender. But based on what you've seen here, and also in the last fight where he struggled a bit in that one as well,
He did, yeah.
we're not expecting Tommy to go on to be the next Tyson Fury, basically.
He's not showing that that's where he's gonna head. That's where he's gonna be. His progress, I don't know. The pace is very slow. He is getting better, but not quick enough.
You said a couple of things.
You know?
Telegraphing his punches, looking a bit too muscle bound.
Defenseless when punching is a key thing as well. You're supposed to have an element of defense every time you throw a punch, expecting something to come back. And I honestly feel like once he starts punching, if you close your eyes, you could hit him.
I think obviously there's so much pressure. He's from his brother and his dad, and from what I'm seeing, he's not quite coping with it really.
And this is the thing, you're Tommy Fury, right? And we're all behind you. You know, you're a UK lad. We want to see you do well. You're fighting a 5'6" wrestler in a boxing match. He's going to win the decision here, obviously.
He's going to get the decision.
But you're making hard work of a 5'6" wrestler. Tommy came in 179 pounds, built like a fucking brick shithouse. This other lad looks like he could legit make 155 pounds.
Yeah.
They look multiple weight classes apart. So you're Tommy Fury. You're telling me you're going to be the next big thing. And to be fair, he's quite a humble guy. But the way they're selling him, the way John talks about him, as if the kid, could strike lightning and come off better. And I'm looking at him thinking, you're struggling with a little fucking wrestler who's got one boxing match behind him. Tommy's on the ropes and he's putting his arm up. But, I mean, if you can win and lose at the same time, he's just managed it. The kid's a tiny... Mate, if either of you two went in there, you'd have chewed him up like a fucking trash can that he is.
Like you say, he was a wrestler. Wrestling's his strength, not his stand-up.
He was there to be knocked out.
If he was a 5'6" boxer, you should be tooling him, let alone...
He was there to be knocked.
Yeah, he was put there to look good so that Tommy can set the fight up with Jake. He couldn't even do... I mean, I've always thought that Jake... When I seen the last fight, I thought Jake might actually fucking beat you. Now, I'm like, bro, Jake probably fucking would.
We'll see after Jake's performance tonight.
I'll tell you, I think that fella he was in there with caught him with some big shots, actually. And the main worry I would have if I'm a Tyson Fury coach is... a Tommy Fury coach is the kid's defense. Tommy's called out Jake Paul.
Just said, I've done my bit. You do your bit. It's like... You have done a bit. I don't know if
you've done a bit, but not your bit.
You turned up, you put the gloves on, and we respect you for that. But he didn't look good at all against someone who was literally set up to make him look good. If you can't look good when they're feeding you cans, then when can you look good? Because the last fight, this isn't a one-off, lads. Like the last fight, everyone moaned that he was fighting a guy with 120 fucking defeats or whatever it was. So they switched him up against a tough guy, but not a good boxer, and he struggled with him as well. I'm not under the illusion that you're supposed to be a world champion at day one, but
we're not seeing the progress.
But we're certainly not seeing someone with the potential to impress.
He looks like he's reached his level already. Which is scary because the opposition isn't high level. You'd want to see a prospect smash through people like this. This is supposed to build your brand, It's what it's supposed to get.
He's supposed to be the accomplished one who, like Tyron Woodley is supposed to be there sort of, I guess some people think he's there for Jake to build his name off of, but Tommy is supposed to be the one who's really the actual badass here, who's going to make them all look bad over time, but God, I want to know how John Fury
he's disappointed. Look, you can
talks
see
about that.
You can see in his...
No, he's failed. Anything other than a knockout,
Look, he knows he's disappointed.
It's bizarre.
I'm not rooting against Tommy, but I can only say what I say. And anyone who knows boxing watches that, I can't think of how you can come to any other conclusion than he is not meant for the highest level in boxing, because if he was,
he's
that
not.
guy's getting destroyed.
Maybe this was the smartest move for him and his team to enter into this YouTube boxing thing, because they realised, actually, this is the level. So he's never going to make it there in that.
So they market him as a Love Islander.
Let's get him in as Love Island. And though he'll say that he's not, and he'll say that, that I'm the professional boxer, I'm here to show that I'm not about this YouTube boxing. That's kind of his gimmick now. I'm not about about this YouTube.
It's going to have to be, bro.
But you are, yeah.
I think if they weren't thinking that before this fight, they probably will be thinking that now, because Tommy Fury has proven there that, like, this is the thing. You can't judge someone off one fight early on. Nobody, like you say, hasn't had an amateur record. But you've got to see signs that the future, the potential is there. And I'm not saying, other than being big and strong and muscular, I mean, he looks great on a magazine cover and on Instagram, but the guy does not look like a boxer to me at all. I
was expecting so much more. I was expecting so much more, especially after hearing John talk about him and, he was having a debate and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should give this guy a chance, because if anyone's going to know him, his dad's going to know him.
Do you know why John wasn't in the corner tonight?
No.
Couldn't fly over there. Yeah. Okay.
Can't go to the
all right, so John Fury apparently has said it was a learning performance. But going back to, if we were to compare Tommy today to Logan, for example, against Floyd, would you say
Logan's technical ability?
Logan was doing better than
really
way tonight.
Okay then.
Which is just honest. Do you know what I mean? I think it's clear to see. You can watch both and say, you know what, Logan looked better than Tommy Fury.
Logan's footwork and the way he moves is definitely more composed, for sure.
Like you said earlier about his coordination, like when you watch Logan, his balance is always good. That's one thing I really rate about Logan, and he's just his whole coordination, his timing. I know he's not had a big boxing experience, but you can see he's got that natural athletic ability.
His mind-body connection is more on point than I've heard boxers talk a lot about, like, you don't want to be a bodybuilder, you don't want to be a weightlifter, you want to have that sort of coordination in your body and have like you've got agility, Vidal. I remember when I watched you early on in your career, I was like, it took us 5 seconds. I was like, he can box,
Yeah.
But with this guy, he's stiff. And if you're stiff, you're going to get knocked out at some point because you're not,
He's not in an easy weight class, light heavyweight is a difficult weight division.
Yeah.
A lot of talent in that weight from domestic level all the way to world level. I don't know where he finds...
He slots in.
Yeah, I don't know
Is that your weight class?
It is.
There you go. Make
see.
the fight. We got it right now. Call them out. You got thousands of people.
You got thousands
what would
of
you
people
do? Do you reckon you'd beat him?
If I couldn't smash him, I would quit boxing.
Wow.
We got a caller.
We
got a caller. This is what I'm here for. This is my guy. We're going to make him a lot of money.
We got promoted here.
I'm the promoter, Don King. Only in America.
Like you said earlier, it's the technique. It's all arm punches with Tommy Fury. There's no real timing with these punches when they're delivered. It's the technique's not there.
Do you think he should have that by now is the question, really, if he's going to go on to become something?
If he's going to have it, he'd have it already.
Yeah.
Really?
I think.
Do you think this is a Prince Nassim chat where he just needs to...
Like, he's not... He's sparring. He's got a strength and conditioning coach. He's got his brother, his dad.
Let's not kid ourselves. He's got everything because
you know what I
Tommy
mean? Like,
Fury
he's got
is
more than we got.
Bank.
He's got more than we got.
He's supposed to
Tommy Fury has got more. Like he's got every advantage known to man.
You can't punch using your legs with everything you got around you. It just might not be for you, but that's fine. But sometimes you just have to accept that.
Mate, he could be a model. The little bastard's hands up as fuck, isn't he?
Listen, he can do anything.
Do you know what I mean?
He could be in next Aquaman if he wanted to. He could. Why not? Why not? He could be.
I love it. To be fair,
not the Aquaman. He could be a character.
Yeah.
An Aquaman.
I would love to hear that accent though. I'm a fighting man. I'm telling you. I'm an Aquaman.
Yeah. He could easily do that.
No, I know what you mean. But this guy, like him and Molly May and all of this are fucking making a fortune on it.
It's boxing is it's literally one of those sports. After a few sessions, a few times, you can tell like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
How many people have you guys seen come through the gym where they come in with the most amount of passion and the absolute love for it? They know everything about boxing. They've been watching boxing since they've been kids, and they come through, and it's that hard conversation where you need to sit them down and you go, look, it's not going to be you. This is not going to be for you. And how often does that happen in the gym?
I feel like I've seen it a lot. I think generally boxing, it's almost like, for me, it's kind of a ride. You just kind of get pulled along. If you're good, if you're not, somehow you kind of fall off that ride. You know what I mean? That's
I'm pretty sure you get knocked off that ride.
Exactly.
Yeah, or you get knocked off it. Yeah.
The hard conversation comes when you like wake up.
I think the hard conversation come when you're in a family so well known like that, and there's so much expectations.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to be a fighter because everyone else done it. Your dad done it. Your brother done it. And I think that's the position Tommy Fury's kind of in. It's like
I feel like Tommy takes after his mother.
Oh no, guys. No,
clearly Tyson takes after Big John, innit? I mean, look at them. Let's be real here. Like Big John spat Tyson out, whereas Tommy, he looks like he fucking brushes his teeth with olive oil.
It's sort of like twins, isn't it, with Danny DeVito?
They're only half brothers though, so they're not.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think. I don't know. It's just for someone that does it full time. It's like, come on, you must be able to give us more than this.
Is it full time though?
Bro,
that's what you really have to question.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Is it full time?
Is it full
Is this
time?
properly full time? Because if you look on social media, if you look at his accounts, if you look at any of the Love Island guys and girls,
because
they split their time between things.
Like how long do you guys think I could get away with punching like that before I get attacked by my dad?
Bro, not even 1 second. Yeah. He'd think you were joking. Like, honestly, I think he'd be like...
He'd look at me and he'd be like, so when you're ready...
It would be a kid. Do you know what it is? I can imagine it now going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You trying to annoy me?
No, but this is the... I mean, I'd kind of like to see Vidal's dad versus Big John in like a battle of the dads. And then Vidal versus Tommy. We set this up.
This would be incredible.
Only in America. Do you think after what you've seen from Tommy earlier, which, to be fair, Tommy did look powerful, but not very coordinated, who do you think wins that fight, Jake or Tommy? Early prediction, of course. I'm talking rough idea. Or do you think...
I think it's 50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
For that reason, it may be perfect. Because again, Jake loves a pick and fight. He loves a what if, doesn't he?
I feel obviously boxing style make fights, but based on what I've seen, even if you want to look at where Jake is in his career, far more advanced than Tommy Fury. But if the fight's to happen soon, it is a 50-50 fight.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it is a 50-50.
So when you consider that Tommy's boxed a lot longer than Jake, do you think that Jake's potential is a high?
Without doubt.
Yeah.
I don't even need to think twice about it,
Wow, okay then.
He's got more potential than Tommy.
This is two of the best.
I think so.
I don't even know if it's about men like down to his technical ability. It's more down to mindset. There's something in there with Jake that he's a born fighter. He's got
He's picking it up quicker.
Yeah, he's picking it up quickly. But just it's his mindset, which I appreciate. Like, he's getting hurt and he's so calm under pressure. Like, the way he's reacting after being hurt, come out and it didn't faze him. Whereas even if we were talking about the previous fight with Tommy Fury, there was times where he didn't look very comfortable and he wasn't really dealing with it very well.
And Tommy was under no pressure. Let's be clear.
No pressure compared to this.
We found out tonight a few things. Tommy Fury is not as good as what people thought he was. Maybe.
No, you know, I think Tommy done what he always does, but just in between, we've heard a lot more.
We heard a lot of chat that wasn't delivered.
Thought, okay,
he didn't deliver.
Yeah, we thought he might be actually serious.
Bro, he got caught a few times off that little guy, that little MMA guy who's got one draw on his boxing record. I can't acknowledge you as
a loss.
I think
it was a loss.
This is the biggest. It's the worst win you could have. That
worst win.
I think because everyone respects his dad so much and the way his dad's speaking so highly of him. If he doesn't deliver, that's where you kind of got to start thinking. If his dad hadn't said anything, we might be looking at that performance in. Well, you know, he's early on in his career.
Yeah. It's like when Chris Eubank said he had the new Floyd Mayweather on his out of his testicles. It's not happening, really, is it?
This is just a warning.